Okay, so let's start. And so we have already discussed about these topics, Pute. So one is, so we have already discussed what is analog signal, what is digital signal done, amplitude, frequency, and these properties and propagation. Yes, we discuss about the bandwidth and the cable types and the wired signals and guided and unguided media. Yes, we discussed that part also. And after that, moving forward, just we discuss about transmission impairment, and then this part actually, so two simple elements, so voltage levels, yes, we discussed. And now we have to discuss about this. Did we discuss about this Manchester encoding and parity? Yes or no? I think we have discussed, right, in the elementary stages.
No, sir.
No. Are you sure? Right, because as I remember, we discussed about parity and the Manchester encoding. Just let me search. Manchester. Yes, we discussed here Manchester encoding. Yeah, we discussed that part, Pute. So Manchester encoding is basically how these signals are encoded. So how ones and zeros are represented. There's one method. This is raise in edge is called 1 and fall in edge is 0. Then this signal shows 1 and then fall in edge 0, then raise in edge 1. Again, then fall in edge 0, then raise in edge 1. Okay, then, so I'll revise that anyway. I'll revise that if you forgot the Manchester encoding and all. Parity means how to find the errors, handling errors. And then we discuss, we have to discuss about this. Yes, modularization, demodularization also we discuss model, analog to digital and digital to analog conversion. Right, that part also we discuss. And topologies, of course, we have to discuss this part. This is remaining. Topologies we have not discussed. And yes, we have to discuss this part also. Aloha and slaughtered Aloha networks. That part is also remaining. IP subnetting we discussed. Yes, CIDR, DHCP, these things we discussed. And then about the protocols. Yes, we discuss about protocols as well. Domain name system, HTTP, yes, discuss. And this is another big area that we have to discuss, TCP IP model. Encryption we have to discuss. And also we have to discuss about these technologies, ADSL, DSL technologies we have to discuss. These are the remaining topics related to that. Security part, TCP IP model, which we will do in the next week. TCP IP model and ISO OSI architecture. Security we have to do the week after next week. And these technologies are, these are simple things we can discuss. And then about this Aloha networks, slaughtered Aloha, pure Aloha, and also about the topologies. Okay, today my focus is to discuss about, in today's topic, we will be discussing about this modularization, demodularization, and sending signals via public network. So why this modularization, demodularization is important, and also why this AM, FM, and PM is important, ASK, PSK, and FSK. We discuss about that part. So how to send these signals from one place to another place. Right, okay, so let's go back to our discussion. So first of all, I would like to remind you about this modulation and demodulation process. Modulation and demodulation. Please write down the heading, modulation and demodulation. So basically what modulation and demodulation is, so we use, or in computers use, so under that please write down, computers use digital signals to transmit digital data, and telecommunication network are using analog signals to transmit. So what is the reason computers are using digital signals to transmit, and these analog signals are used in the telephone network, or we call PSTN network, right? Telecommunication networks, the other word is PSTN. PSTN means public switched telephone network. Public switched telephone network. So why analog signals are used in PSTN? Any reason? Digital signals in the computer, of course, it's meaningful because electronics, we cannot give complex operations to the electronic devices. So two-state logic is the easiest way to signal or store data in a digital device. Digital device එක පුතේ අමාරුයි, analog signals වලින් store කරන්න අමාරුයි. Digital ඒ වගේ store කරන එක තමයි ලේසි. Ones and zeros, presence absence, yes no, north south, pit land, right? That is the easiest way to store in a computer. So that's why we are using digital. So why for transmitting, why we are using analog? So any reason? You can assume, you can think. In our day-to-day life, are we using digital or analog things?
Analog.
Analog. In our day-to-day life, the height, weight, voice, everything is analog. So analog to analog. So you don't need any conversion. Analog to analog, you don't need any conversion part. That is one thing. So you have multiple levels. This when, for an example, my voice, I can talk in like a bass voice, or I can talk in some high pitch voice, or I can talk in some high pitch like this. Okay, likewise. So there are different ranges, but these different ranges, you have to convert that to digital. And when converting analog signal to digital signals, it's not easy. So when represent, you need to divide this to multiple time intervals, so which is called sampling, and you have to divide this to then you call multiple value levels, which is quantization, or we call sampling resolution. We have to divide, we have to convert the signal, and that is not easy process. Therefore, analog transmission is easy. Naturally, we are using analog signals, and analog transmission is easy. And so using analog transmission, it's easy to transmit for a long distance also. So losing, so when you transmit analog signal, tendency to lose data is also low. It's easy, faster, accuracy. And so thinking of these things, analog transmission take the priority. It is popular over digital transmission. Analog, so within bracket you can write, we are mostly using analog data and analog signals. Therefore, analog transmission is easy, as no need to convert. For an example, you are talking from landline. Landline is not converting this signal to a digital signal. Landline is sending this signal as analog signal to the other end. The other end also you are using, when you are listening to the call, you are using the analog signal. So no conversion is there. Right? No need to convert. Faster. Less errors. So therefore, analog is popular. right? So why need demodularization? So computer to PSTN transmission needs modulation and so let me show this clearly. If you take like, so this is modulation, right? Sometimes you might confuse modulation. In modulation, you just convert here. Oh, this is not modulation. This is just amplitude modulation. Analog to digital modulation, right? So you should specially refer analog to digital modulation. This is what it does, or you can just search. There's a device to do that. Modem. Modem is modulation, demodulation. So that is the best way. So now you can see this diagram is more explanatory, right? Digital signal, you use modem to modulate, and then the analog signal. In the other corner, you get the demodulated part. Right? Modulation means digital to analog, and demodulation means analog to digital. So this is digital to analog is modulation, and analog to digital is demodulation. I think graph. Let's add the graph. Then that is, so even though it's a small picture, it is more explanatory, right? So let's add to the end. After writing down this, you can draw this. No need, first write off. Computer PSTN needs modulation, and PSTN to public switch telephone network to computer transmission needs demodulation. Basically, analog to digital. And here modulation means digital to analog. Digital to analog. So you have two kind of transmission, digital to analog transmission and analog to digital transmission. Now you can draw this and show. Just add this graphic, it's very important. This is your telephone line. To analog conversion, analog to digital and digital analog conversion, you have special device called modem, and we learned that modulation, demodulation is the role of modem. Nowadays, you can't see modem specifically. The reason is inside the router you have modem capability. Ara dongle කියලා ඔයාලා use කරන්නේ. ඒ වගේ අපිට modem එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම mobile phone එකකත් modem එකක් තියෙනවා. Inside a mobile phone also you have the modem component. Right, inside mobile phone also you have modem component, mobile, but you cannot see mobile phone modem. See modem in mobile phone showing this one, but inside that there's a chip. Say modem chip. Yeah, so you can see here, but not the parts separately. No diagrams to show that, but there's a special chip handling this operation. Modulation, demodulation is handled, because otherwise mobile phone cannot access internet, right? Mobile phone access digital signals, works with the digital data and digital signals inside, but accepting analog signals from the outside. Inside the computer you have digital, outside the computer you have analog, right? So that is the basic. Okay, so how do we transmit signals, right? I think we have done digitization of the signal, right? If you cannot remember how digitization happened, or if you can remember, sorry, if you can remember how digitizing analog signal, how it happens. Can you remember? Okay, let's have, let's say you have a signal like this, and I'm going to draw. Okay, let's insert a table. So easy. I'm going to add, let's say, 40 columns and 20 rows. Here, some big one like this. This is a grid, right? This is a table, but I'm representing a grid using this. And let's add some arrows. This is power of the signal. This axis, you have the power of the signal. So let's make it solid, more solid. And the other hand, in y-axis, you have the time. This is time axis. Let's say you have power and time both. Let's draw again. Y-axis have time. Okay, no need to draw exactly same, but just you can draw something similar to this. No need to be exactly same. Just like Cartesian plane. So this is x and y axis. This is time. So this axis is representing time. And this axis is representing the power of the signal. Power and the time. So let's say, let me draw analog signal. I'm going to draw an analog signal using this free drawing. Yeah, freehand drawing, this one. Okay, let's draw a signal. Signal. This is, let's say, this is the analog signal. Right now you have levels. So how we are going to digitize this? So it seems too complex, right? So let's make it simple. Let's make it simple. I'm going to draw a simple shape like this. So here. Okay, let's say this is the analog signal. Okay, let's say this is the analog signal, and I want to digitize it. So in order to digitize this, I'm dividing this time axis to equal time intervals. Time axis is divided to equal time intervals. And these time intervals are called sampling. This is divided to equal time interval, and that is called sampling. So what is sampling rate? Number of samples taken per given time. Let's say 1 second. Number of samples taken for given time. Let's say this is this signal has here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 10th position, and let's say 10 seconds here. 1, let me count correctly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this is 10, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 here. Let's say that is 20. And again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say this is 30. Or simply 1 second, 2 seconds, and 3 seconds. So this is 3 seconds. This is 2 seconds. So then what is the sampling rate? And then next 10, let's say it's 4. What is the sampling rate then? You can tell it. I have taken 10 samples for 1 second. For second, I have taken 10 samples. So sampling rate is, you can say 10 samples per 1 second. Right, then the number of values in the this axis, y-axis, is called quantization. Quantization. Or this is sometimes called sampling resolution. Or sampling resolution. Number of values. Number of values, value levels. Let's say, so we are going to divide this into 20 levels. Here we have 20 levels. 20 levels, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, then you are going to write, right? Then you are going to write the values in each sample. The first sample, what is the value? Okay, if you have, okay, so I'll ask open question. Let's say you have 20 levels. Let's assume, example, you have 20 levels. To have 20 levels, how many bits you need? Yes, come on. You have to answer, guys. විස්සක් වෙන්න levels කීයක් අපිට bit කීයක් ඕනද? How many bits we need? To represent value 20 binary වලින් හිතන්න. Decimal 20 represent කරන්න binary වලින් bit කීයක් ඕනද? මට ඇහෙන්නෙත් නෑ පුතේ වහිනේ හින්දා. ඒ හින්දා හයියෙන් කියන්න. Decimal වලින් 10 represent කරන්න binary වලින් bit කීයක් ඕනද? 5 තිබ්බොත් 32 යන්න පුළුවන් 4 තිබ්බොත් 16 යන්න පුළුවන් එහෙනම් 5 වත් ඕන 5 bits ඕන 20 values means therefore you need 5 bits නේද at least 5 bits ඕන 5 bits තිබ්බොත් තමයි නැත්තම් 16 විතරනේ යන්න පුළුවන් 5 bits ඕන එතකොට එකක් පහ ගානේ ලියන්න ඕන 5 bits වලින් ලියන්න ඕන this value is let's say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 එතකොට ලියන්න ඕන bit පහකින් මෙහෙම 0 0 1 1 1 ඊළඟ එක this one this is how you digitize 1 2 3 4 5 පහක් තියෙනවා නේද 1 2 3 4 5 5 කියන එක ලියන්න ඕන 0 0 1 0 1 then the next one 1 2 3 4 4 and half 4 and half කියලා එකක් නැහැ නේ 4 තමයි ලියන්න වෙන්නේ 1 0 0 then you have fourth one that is 1 2 3 4 5 again 0 0 1 0 1 the 5 digits ගත්තේ මේ at least value මෙච්චර පෙන්නන්න පහක් ඕනේ ඉන්නේ හැම bit එකක්ම සමාන වෙන්න ඕනේ equal slices so this is how you generate the digital signal right the next one is it seems 6 is 0 0 1 1 0 then so here it's 6 here is also 6 7 7 7 7 again 6 0 0 1 1 0 and 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 1 1 method enaka because here 7 7 7 7 and this one also 7 this one also 7 then 7 7 7 7 7 this is also rounded can be rounded to 7 again 7 0 0 1 1 1 so this is how you digitize understood so what about the accuracy is it perfectly correct or there are that is like is it surely correct or there are some mistakes හරිද හරියටම හරිද නැත්නම් roughly ද අපි ගත්තේ
හරියටම මෙතන 7 කියමුකෝ. 7ක් නෙමෙයි මෙතන 8 එහෙමනම් වෙන්නේ. 1 2 3 4 5 6. No, these are 6 actually, sorry. All these are 6. This is 7 4 4 7 5 4 5 6. 7 5 4 5 6. After that all are 6s. Is it correct or wrong or roughly? Then again 5. 7 5 4 5. Then I have taken 6. Again 6 6 6 6 6. Again 5. Is it correct or rough value?
Rough value.
It's a rough value. It's not a perfect value. Therefore, that's why I said that in digitization, so you cannot get the exactly same value, but it can be 99% 99 correct. But if you increase the sampling resolution, what will happen? The make levels 20 වෙනුවට levels මම 40ක් කරනවා. Then how many bits I need? Or let's say I'm going to change this to 50 levels or 60 levels. Let's say 64 levels. How many bits you need?
6.
6 bits. Right now what will happen? Initially I had 40 levels, so 20 levels. Now I have increased this to 64 levels. Sampling resolution is increased. Now you need 6 bits for each. එතකොට මේ එකක් බෙදෙනවා. දැන් මෙතන 6ක් තිබ්බනේ. 6යි 7යිනේ. 7 කියන්නේ මෙතන එනකොට 21කට බෙදෙනවා levels. You will have 21 levels. Then what will happen to the accuracy? 21 levels තිබ්බොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ accuracy එකට? Let's say this is 21, and then the next immediate value, you can say this is like this is middle නේ. එතකොට මේක කියන්න පුළුවන් වාට something like, okay, this 21 means 1 will be divided to 3. This is 3. මේක 3කට බෙදනවා කියන්නේ ඒකේ මැද්දේ value එක 19 19. And this is again you will get another value. So what will happen to accuracy now if you increase the bits? Right? You had 20, then 5 bits. You increase 1 bit. Example, if you had like 64 values, then you need 6 bits. You increased, but you can show this signal more accurately. මොකද මේකේ levels ගාන වැඩි වෙනවා කියන්නේ. මේ පැත්තට මම නිකන් zoom වලින් අඳින්නම් query. Just think about this. 1 will be divided to 3 levels. Here you have 1 level. Sorry. And this is another level. Likewise, you will have more levels now. More levels means what will happen to the accuracy? Will it go up and go down? Hello. If I increase the level, what will happen to the accuracy?
Will increase.
Yes, it will increase. But what will happen to the number of bits to represent that? That will also increase. So what will happen to the file size? File
Will
size
increase.
yes, that will also increase. That's what you need to know. Right, okay. So then 6 bits. When we increase the sampling resolution, it will increase the quality, accuracy, number of bits, and file size. Right? So this is how this digitization happens. The modulation happens from digital to analog. You can just show this, right? So no need to draw the exact same diagram. So let me reduce these values a little. I'm going to just delete some because it's unwanted. Just add the signal here. Move the axis up. Okay, please write down this, draw this and write down this quickly. This is what digitization is. This is what modulation is. In demodulation, you take the values and you try to create the signal back. That is demodulation.